Welcome to our lecture online. Now we're talking about units. And yes, there's a question on the JEE advanced test that deals with units. And actually they do that sometimes here and there, but here's the example. They ask us to match list 1 with list 2 and then select the correct answer. And there's only one of those four answers that can be correct. So we're given the Boltzman Constant, the coefficient of viscosity, Planck's Constant, and thermal conductivity. Now, it turns out that you don't need to work them all out at once. You may want to just grab the easy ones, and then if you have 2 out of 4 in the correct order, you probably can choose the correct answer, so you can probably work through this fairly quickly. Notice that M stands for mass, L stands for length, and T stands for time. They use capital T for time, and K for Kelvin or temperature. So you can see that it can get a little bit confusing. You have to be careful. Well, first of all, let's go for the Boltzman's constant. Boltzman's constant, so for P, we have Boltzman's constant. The units for that would be joules per Kelvin, right? So joules per Kelvin. Now a joule is a Newton meter per Kelvin, and a Newton is kilograms meters per second squared times meters and Kelvin. So now we can convert that to the units we have over there. So kilogram is mass, meters is length, so that would be length squared, seconds squared, but that would be time to the negative 2 because it's in the denominator, and K to the negative 1. So what do we have here in 4 that matches with the Boltzmann's constant? So we have M L squared T to the minus 2 K1, which is 4. So P and 4 are a match. Now we come down here on P, and notice we can have either C as a possible answer or D as a possible answer. The only thing we have to do now is eliminate which one, C or D. A and B cannot be correct. So now we're down to C and D. So you can quickly work through that. The next thing I would like to do is Planck constant, because that's an easy one. So we go with R. That's Planck constant. And notice Planck constant is joules times seconds. So it'll be joules times seconds. And a joule is a Newton meter, so Newton meter times seconds. And a Newton meter is a kilogram meter per second squared times meter times seconds. And then this seconds cancels out one of those seconds. And so we end up with mass meters squared, that would be length squared, and seconds in the denominator, T to the minus 1. And what do we have that matches that? M L squared T to the minus 1, that is 1. So Planck constant matches with 1. So R matches with 1. So it would either be this one or this one. Since B cannot be the answer, C is the only possible answer we can have with just working out those two, and then you can move right on to the next one. So if you do it quickly, you don't need to spend more than 3 minutes to do this one. Now, just for the sake of working with the rest, let's find the other two answers, 2 and 3, matching with Q and S. So let's take thermal conductivity. Now we know that dQ dt, the amount of heat per unit time that goes through a material, is equal to some constant belonging to the material, the area squared, the difference in the temperature divided by the length of the path. All right, so you could see that now we're looking for K here because that's what we want, right? We want the thermal conductivity constant, which is this right here. We're looking for K. So dQ dt, that would be heat over time, and heat, that is in terms of joules. So we have joules over time equals K times area, which is meters squared, the difference in temperature, which is Kelvin, divided by the length, which is meters. So right away this cancels out with that. Joules is Newton meters divided by seconds equals km Kelvin. And then Newton is kilograms meters per second squared. And then, of course, we have times seconds, and we have another meters there. And then we have K equals K meters times Kelvin. This meter cancels out this meter. Kelvin goes to the denominator. So now we have K is equal to mass. I should use capital M, shouldn't I? All right, let me move it over just a little bit so you can see it. So we have now K. On the left side, we have mass, length, time to the minus 3, and Kelvin to the minus 1. All right, so this is for thermal conductivity S. We have meters, length T to the minus 3, K to the minus 1, which is 3. That goes over here. So S is 3. So let's see if we still have this correct. So S is 3, and sure enough, that is correct. And now we have one left, which is the coefficient of viscosity. Now that's one we don't see very often, but we know that the coefficient of viscosity is equal to force times distance, which is the work done to move things, divided by the area and velocity. So units, force would be newtons, distance would be meters, area would be meters squared, and velocity would be meters per second. So this meter cancels out this meter, second goes to the numerator. So that would be newtons, which is kilogram meters per second square for the newtons. Notice that seconds goes to the numerator. From here, we have meter square in the denominator. So we have second cancel out this second, meter cancel out this meter. So we're left with kilograms, which is mass, seconds in the denominator, which is time to the minus 1, and meters would be length to the minus 1. Do we have anything like that? Meters, length to the minus 1, time to the minus 1, that would be 2. And so coefficient of viscosity is 2Q, 2 right there. And sure enough, they all line up, part of answer C. Of course, we didn't have to do those last two ones, but just in case you were interested, that's how you would do it. And of course, at this point, you're well over 3 minutes. You want to cut it down as quickly as possible. Take the two easy ones. The Boltzman Constant is a fast one. Planck Constant is a fast one. Boltzman Constant is joules over Kelvin. Planck Constant is joules times seconds. Work those two out. You get the answer. And you say, less than 3 minutes, great, move on to the next problem. And that is how it's done.